Let's look at my earring collection. These are some of my favorites. They're just big wooden hoops. Pretty sure I got these at Goodwill. Should I put my hair up? I should probably put my hair up. I love a wooden earring. I love a big earring, and I love a circular earring. So check, check, and check. These are probably in my top 10, although I haven't worn them a lot lately. This is a pair. It's a little dated. It's a little, I don't know, 2015 maybe, with the tassels. I don't reach for this one very often just because it's not my favorite when I look at it just off, but on I actually quite like the effect. And I keep it around just for color reasons in case I need an orange, reddish orange earring. Yeah, I think they're cute, and I like mixed materials. Yeah, I need to try to actually use these more because I like them. These kind of funky bulbous teardrop canary yellow earrings. I think I got these at Lovelady in Birmingham, Alabama, which is like a really awesome giant thrift store. This is an example of, I really liked the earring as an object in and of itself, but it doesn't really fit in with my style or wardrobe. I haven't figured out what I want to wear these with, but I don't know, they're pretty funky. This is bad. Okay, hold on. I gotta figure out, let's see, I've got a little hair comb here. I'm kind of pissed because I did put a moderate amount of effort into blow drying my hair, not a ton. I'm not very good at styling my hair. But I tried to make it look semi-decent, and then I was like, wait, I'm just gonna have to put it up. But anyway, Lovelady teardrops. I like them. I feel like, I don't know if these are mod per se, but I feel like I want to wear like go-go boots with them. I just have a big drawer of earrings here, and I'm just kind of blindly reaching into them. I don't have my glasses on, partially to avoid a lot of glare from my ring light. All right, these are posts. These are little Monstera, I guess, acetate. Are these acetate? Sort of plastic earrings. Pretty. I get a lot of compliments on these. People love a Monstera. I feel like it became a little bit overplayed as a design element, which is unfortunate because it is a natural, maybe I'm just, you can see what I'm doing here. It's unfortunate because it's a natural thing that exists. It's not just like but I guess lots of, you know, natural motifs come and go and go in and out of style, so that's not new. But, you know, I feel like the Monstera and plant look is a little played out in like stationery and kind of cheap targety home decor, and I feel like these are a little dated, but they are pretty and I like them. And I have a Monstera now, not this kind though. It's like the Swiss cheese one. The only thing I would change about these earrings is make them bigger. And that's pretty much the through line with my whole earring collection is I just want giant earrings. These are giant. These are actually a little bit too giant. I got these at Ragorama in Atlanta, Georgia, in little 5 points, which is like a little alternative shopping mecca, and one of the places that hasn't become completely homogenized and corporatized and franchised. So And I love going there. I loved going there as a teenager, and I still love going there. My boyfriend refers to these as AI Pop-Tarts. Like, he thinks this is like what a AI would think a Pop-Tart is. They're pretty cool. The only reason I don't wear them is because they're a little bit too long on my short neck. And they're also kind of delicate. They seem to be some sort of like foam material that's been painted, and this paint, it gets stuck to surfaces. Like if I leave them in a drawer that has like a cloth bottom, it'll like stick to it. So they're a little, I don't know, they're a little fragile, but they have this little like ojo de venado, and I don't know, they kind of remind me of like razors or like this is like a guillotine almost. I don't know, I like them. I think they're cool. These are just some little cheap black hoops with this silver line shot through, which I really appreciate, and makes these quite versatile. I wear these pretty frequently because they go with a lot of things. The only problem is that they make my earlobes itch really bad because I guess they are probably nickel or something. But got these at one thrift store or another many years ago. Had them for a long time. My best friend Chris got me a bunch of silly earrings one year for my birthday. I think he ordered them off of like AliExpress or something. But he got me some lemon wedges. I think this was around the time when the like preserved fruit earrings were a thing, and I really coveted some of those. These are plastic, and honestly I think these probably are more durable than the fruit earrings. I actually ordered a pair of the fruit earrings off of Etsy, and I think they were like blood oranges, and they like disintegrated very quickly. And I don't know if it was just that particular creator didn't really do a good job of curing them or whatever, or if it's just the nature of, you know, organic material that decomposes as earrings. But anyway, I quite like these little wedges, and I really like these with, I have like lavender tank top, and I really like the yellow and purple together. And that's in that same batch. He also gave me these slices in case I needed a different, you know, section of lemon. And these have little sparkles in the pie pieces. They kind of remind me of Trivial Pursuit pies. My sister in the like 80s/90s had a pair of lemon earrings. They were studs, and it was a slice too, but the slice, like, it actually went in here, so the slice kind of started like that and came around. And I've thought about those a lot in my whole life. I never wore them because I didn't actually get my ears pierced until I was in my early 30s, which is really sad considering how much I love earrings. I went to Claire's at one point and got like the little stab gun, and you know, they closed up like over the studs, and I had to like pull the studs out from the back. So I had to go back and get them pierced at like, and that was sometime in my 20s, and I had to go back and get them pierced at, you know, a real piercing and tattoo parlor. And I just hadn't done it before because it's expensive, honestly. These are little beaded guys I got from Marshall's. These just, I don't know, I like them, but they don't quite hit right for me. I don't know. I don't know if it's the size or just how they look on me. I never quite vibe with them when I wear them, but I don't know. I hang on to them because I think, I don't know, they're cute. We'll see. More wooden earrings. These are some of my favorites. Look at that. Fun movement, fun colors. It's like, I don't know. I love the teal with these like brighter colors, and these surprisingly go with a lot of my clothing. I don't know. I find sometimes things that have a lot of different colors in them actually end up being more versatile than you would think. I feel very like beach resort, sort of bohemian in these earrings, and I don't know, I really like them. They're like the right vibe because they're flashy and kind of a lot, but they're also like laid back because of the wood and the you know, the colors are a little bit muted in them, so I like them a lot. Okay, these might be my favorite earrings, or some of my favorites. These were a 40th birthday gift from another best friend of mine. I have several best friends, and these are Maple, Maple XO earrings from Portland, Oregon. It's a company that uses reclaimed wood from old skateboards, and the owner who makes the earrings is also like a skater herself, so that's a cool detail. My friend has a pair of these. They have like several different sizes, and there's their biggest size is the door knockers, which are even bigger than this, and my friend has a pair of them, and every time she comes to visit, I like have been coveting them for years and years and years, so she got me a pair, and they're a little bit smaller, but honestly, I'm kind of fine with that because they're still pretty damn big, and like, I don't know, I've worn them out to like rock shows and been a little bit like, oh, like, if I don't get it like snagged on someone and get it yanked out, but I love them. They spin like freely. So a lot of times they do spend more time on this side, which can be a little bit annoying. Like I want the color side to come out, but at the same time I like sort of the randomness of them. So, and every earring is a little bit different, you know, just based on whatever the pattern was on the skateboard. You can kind of choose, you know, like warm colors or cool colors or whatever. But anyway, yeah, these are like, I feel like this is the perfect expression of like my femininity. Like I feel very like myself in these earrings. Like this is what I want to project, you know. Yeah, love them. Okay, these I got at a regional craft fair, and while I do like the effect, I am a little bit disappointed in them. There's some kind of very heavy, like, there's some kind of very heavy ceramic. So first of all, I always feel a little delicate when I wear them, like they might break if they fell off, and they're quite heavy. And obviously they look kind of like moon surface. And this person has several, I can't remember the name of the creator, but they have a bunch of different earrings that are painted different ways, and they all kind of have like moon vibes, which I really liked, but I felt like it was a little bit like, the way they were presented was a little bit like misleading because they were on these wooden, you know, just like the little plackets that they put earrings on. And then when I actually bought them, which they weren't cheap, and then I bought them and I like actually took them off, and they're so like kind of low effort. Like, okay, this is the front, and I mean, the effect is really cool, and it does look like a moon, but you can just see it's just like this light glaze over this, whatever this material is. And then look at the back, like it just looks so, it's so half-assed. And then like the sides, like, it's like if you're taking this to a craft fair and charging a lot of money, like, I feel like you can do better than this. But that being said, I still do wear them pretty frequently. And I love a big dial. A big round dial is my favorite shape for an earring. Okay, these were more birthday earrings. I think this was 2021 was the year I got all the crazy AliExpress earrings from my friend. These, oh, these are so fun. These are real removable Rubik's Cubes. Obsessed. I'm a little bit like, sometimes I feel embarrassed about wearing them out because I'm like, I cannot solve a Rubik's Cube. So they're just always like, and you know, people, when you wear them, like real Rubik's heads will like come up to you and be like, oh wow, cool. And then they'll start talking to you about like the different Rubik's Cubes out there. And like, they'll start talking to you about like fractals. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know how to do stuff. I just think they're fun. And they were really cool. When I got them, I had like a little bob and they just like poked out of my bob, and it was very cute. I know that Rubik's doesn't have anything to do with fractals. I'm just talking about like, okay, because I was talking to my boss about, was it Sierpinski triangles? Because I got somebody a 3D printed Sierpinski triangle. It's like this like, or pyramid. It's like this fractal pyramid. That's really crazy. And I just thought it looked neat. And then he's like, starts talking to me about math. I was like, whoa, hold on, buddy. Like, we're not doing that. Okay, these are pretty silly. I don't really reach for them, but I don't know. I've worn them a few times. They're fun. They're Chupa Chup. I wonder if these are real. You know what? Part of me is like, I should open them and see if they're really Chupa Chups. They're probably not. But I don't know. It's kind of a fun shape. But yeah, I don't really reach for them too much. They're a little juvenile, but I don't know. There's something about them. I like them. Here's another pair that same friend got for me. Again, something I would never pick out for myself, but it's like these little, what is it? It's like it's like a little cat vampire griffin thing. I don't know. What are those horns? And they're ridiculous looking, but there's something about them. And I really like this mauve color. I've actually worn these in a video. I wore it in my mauve lipstick video, and they looked really cool, and I had red hair. I don't know. There's something about them. I just like them. And they kind of look in the face like my roommate's cat, like kind of has that face, minus the horns and fangs. So I think it was sort of a reference to her. These are fun. I never wear these. I don't remember. I thrifted them. They're clip-ons. This is back in my pre-pierced era. So I was always like desperately trying to find cool clip-ons. And they're like little fruit artist palettes on this like fuchsia background, which I love. Oh God, I love these. Why don't I ever wear them? Look at them. And they're wooden. And they're the same, like, there's something wooden, fruity, like vacation vibes earrings. Obsessed. My boyfriend got me these chili pepper earrings. I feel a little bad that I don't wear them as much as I would if they were bigger. They're like that in between size that I'm less drawn to, but they're cute, and they are real chili peppers that have been like lacquered, and I love that for them. They're like dried as well. And I also don't like this, I like how like rounded the hook is, but I don't like the little bling on it very much. I don't feel like it goes, but they're still very cute. Speaking of chili pepper, my Posada chili pepper Day of the Dead earrings I have a very sentimental attachment to these. I got them at the Atlanta History Center during their Day of the Dead celebration. I used to be in a Mexican folk dancing group, and we performed at the Atlanta History Center, and I got them on that day, and yeah, I love them. They've got these little glass chili peppers, and they've got these Posada Katrinas. And this was like a, what form did he work in? He was like a, not lithography. It was like an early 20th century, like sort of, I think, political cartoon satirist guy that popularized these little illustrations. But yeah, they're very cool. These are crazy. These are my big my big irises. I got these at my favorite little odds and ends store, which is also my favorite place to get costume jewelry, old postcards, old photographs, travel brochures, paper ephemera, ceramic antiques, old perfume bottles, vintage clothing. The guy that owns it is like, he's like a veteran of World War II and the Korean War, and he's like, he just turned 100. He's never at the store though. His daughter runs it, and she's always awesome too. And there's like a little old cat that comes in, and it's the best store in the world. And I got these last time I was there recently, and I love them. They're not like super wearable because they're clip-on and they're heavy, and I just don't, I feel like the chances of them falling off if I'm like out are pretty high, but I don't know, I had to get them. Look how crazy they are. And they're like, are they mixed metal or are they just fading? I think, yeah, I think they had like some sort of gold plating or gold like painting on them, and then they're wearing off, but it kind of has a mixed metal effect. So, which I love that. So, yeah. I love these. These are open hoops, little like silver beaded hoops. I got them at, sorry, I just got a notification. It was like Pixies announced tour. I don't care. I haven't cared about the Pixies. Like, I mean, I still like them, but I don't care about current post Kim Deal Pixies. No one cares about that. Obviously, some people do, but I don't. Yeah, I'm good. I missed them. It's fine. It's okay to miss things sometimes. It was not my era. These, I got them at a clothing swap, and they're really pretty, and the little facets make them sparkly, but they're beads, so I like that better than like bling, you know, fake gems. So yeah, wore these out pretty recently, I think. Did I wear them on my birthday? I might have worn these on my birthday. Okay, these I wore in my recent skirt video, which got like 1,000 views, which is crazy. It only got like 16 likes though. So we know where the we know what content people are watching, I guess, comparatively to my other content. But they are Ouija board, Ouija board, Luigi board. Yeah, they're little Ouija board dials, and I have mixed feelings about that. I feel like it's a little, It's a little like mall goth, you know, it's a little Hot Topic. It feels a little juvenile and try hard, but I love the size and the shape of these, and I love that they're black and white, so they go with a lot of my things. And I don't know, I think they look really cool. I kind of wish they were just abstract like shapes in a way. Not that I'm like against Ouija boards or anything. I have like a bunch of tarot cards and stuff. Like, I don't care, but you know, sometimes I feel a little like, yes, I'm wearing Ouija board earrings from AliExpress, whatever. But I do like these little holes too. I guess an enemy could latch me around on my hole. Let's not explore that statement any deeper than yeah. Okay. Speaking of mall goth, these are more just directly Halloween-y, and I got them at Hot Topic, and I'm not sad about it. They're little axes with little gemstone blood droplets. I don't wear these outside of the month of October because they're pretty silly, and I'm very serious. But I don't know, they're pretty cute. Maybe I should wear them. Oh yeah, these, by the way, these were part of the, I think actually these were a Christmas present from that same friend that gets me crazy silly earrings. Yeah, I don't know. These are fun, and I like the movement. I like how they like flash, and I like the little droplet. Yeah, they feel good. Okay, hopefully I have enough space to continue recording. I had a little phone storage crisis. I got these at an old, it was like kind of an antique mall, but more of like a hipstery place that has since shuttered, sadly. I got these in the aughts sometime, and I love them. I love the green and gold is such a power combo to me. These are clip-ons. Sadly, I lost, see, this one actually has the green bead, and I lost that for this, unfortunately, but I love those earrings. I don't wear them much anymore, kind of because they're like, it's like a time and place earring, but I still think they're really cool. These are very, right pre-pandemic, like, oh my god, it's really hard to put on studs with these like fake nails that I have on. These are very like 2018 coded. Tortoiseshell, little fat, chubby half circle, partial circles. I really like them. I really like the motion. The brown goes with everything. I mean, I feel like I've always been like a tortoiseshell girly, so you know, they're trendy. They're very of a time and place, but I think that they are very cool. Here's some more sort of cellulose. They're probably not really cellulose. I don't know what they are. Tortoiseshell-y earrings. I really like them. They're like, I love a globby melting ellipse. They're very dolly-esque in shape. And I like that they sit flush against your head. Very cool. I think I got these at like Plato's Closet or something, like one of those, you know, teeny bopper resale stores. These I got at the amazing odds and ends store I mentioned earlier. They're clip-ons. They were listed as Liz Taylor earrings, which I don't know what that is referencing. If there's like a specific famous look that she had where she had earrings like this, but I think they're really cool. I do tend to be drawn to sort of a brassy color. They're very loud. These were a local or semi-local artist that I actually remember the name of. Tomorrow Glass made these. And they're just cool, funky shapes. I really like the colors. It's kind of like greenish gray and yellow and this little, yeah, these are so fun. And they look really amazing with like colorful clothes. I always feel a little bit like about them because they're glass, and I'm always like, am I gonna cut myself? Which I'm not, but you know, or like break them. But yeah, they're very cool. I like having an artisanal earring. These were another local artist. I got them at a Christmas craft fair, and I don't remember the person's name, but they're just these beautiful crocheted drop heart earrings, and I love the way they like the hearts lay on each other, and they're so pretty. I don't wear them as much because they don't fit in with a lot of my like color scheme, but they're pretty fucking cool. I don't know. I wish I could remember the girl's name. She was really sweet, and I got, hold on, I'll show you. She also made this little grumpy toad, which I love, and then my boyfriend got me this little sombrero at the aforementioned Lovelady in Birmingham, and look, it fits on him perfectly. Okay, another odds and ends store. Miracle. These clip-ons. Look at these. These are so cute. They're like, I don't know what this material is, but they're these sort of muted plastic beads. I love this like chain here. I love how they're arrayed. I love that they're colorful, but they're a little bit muted again. I love these color combination. They make a fun sound. I'm a little nervous because the beads have all these little fractures in them, but they're so cool and beautiful. They kind of remind me of old like cake topper, you know, the like clown cake toppers, and they have the little balloons. They kind of remind me of those. So cute. And I got them right after I was like, I think I'm more into like a muted color palette, or like, not, I don't know, whatever. And now I'm like, whatever. I obviously love colorful earrings. I don't care. These are cherries. I got these at, if you couldn't tell, I got these at a store in my town, and they're very cute. I think these look quite fetching with a black and white outfit with like bright red lipstick. And they kind of remind me of, do you guys remember those toys that was like a stick and it had like two balls at the end, and then you like go like this and like try to get them to like slap each other on both sides? They kind of remind me of that. They kind of make that sound, and just the two, like, I'm like, wait. Oh shit, you can kind of do it. Yeah, wait, hold on. And that's how I end up breaking my earrings. Speaking of cherries, I have these cherries. These are the more my natural cherries. These are the maraschino cherries, and these are, you know, black cherries. And I reason that I need both of them because they have very different colors, and they're also kind of different materials, because these cherries have like a little fabric string and these are metal, so clearly they're both needed. These are clip-ons that I got at the defunct antique mall. Look at those, very cool. I love them. I don't wear these enough. They're plastic and they're whatever. Okay, my nail just came off. So much for my YouTube career. Yeah, these are very eleganza. I like them. I saw somebody was talking about, I mean, it was a fairly big creator, so I don't care as much. But it was like someone doing a haul, and she's obviously got sort of like a quirky, you know, kind of a goofball persona. And I don't know, someone commented like, girl, like, at least do your nails for the video. And there was like nothing wrong with her nail. I mean, they weren't like dirty or anything. They just weren't like manicured. And I'm like, what? Is this like now an obligation that women have to like do their nails? And I get it, like you have your hands out, you're showing, and you know, I enjoy seeing a nice manicure on a lady in a YouTube video. I admit it is aesthetically pleasing, but nobody is under any obligation to like fucking do their nails for you. Like, fuck off. That really irritated me. These are crazy. I got these at Goodwill, I think. Again, I like that their studs and the, you know, I like an earring where the whole earring is designed to be aesthetic. Like a lot of earrings, like for example this, you know, it's like you just have the hook. Although this is not the best example because the hook kind of actually does go with the whole aesthetic of the earring, but you know, it's like the hook or the way it attaches to the ear is an afterthought, and I feel like they should be like a design element. So I like earrings like this, but this is so weird. It's just got this big weird, what do you call it? Why am I not thinking of the name for these like little faux jewels? But it's got this like faux jewel thing, and then it's got this ball that has these little like shiny blue glass beads inside it, which is a very interesting choice. And I was like, these are weird little freaky guys. I'm gonna get them. And I have another pair, very different, but very different pair. But a similar little bits and a ball concept. These are also weird Chupa Chup earrings, but not. I don't know. They just have these little plastic confettis in this ball. It's kind of, I guess they're kind of like a gumball vibe. Very strange. My friend that gets me silly earrings got these for me, obviously. God, I'm sorry. It's like really a struggle to get these posts in. Okay. Yeah, this is never something I would pick for myself, but there's something about them. They're so weird. There's something about them that I kind of enjoy. Okay, more mall goth Hot Topic earrings. These angry pythons or cobras, maybe. No, they're not cobra. I don't know. They don't have the flap on the side, but look at them. They're cool. They're like, they're coming to get you. And I like this long piece. I still have to wear little stoppers in the back because earrings always fall out of my ears, but yeah, I like the little rearing angry head. And I feel like they're feminine and kind of, you know, dressy, but still transmit, you know, strange sensibilities. Speaking of strange sensibilities and sort of gothy earrings, these little swords from Open the Cellar Door on Etsy. My friend got these. They're tangled up. My friend got these for me. The same friend that got me the big wooden maple exo hoops. She's got like the best style ever, and I pretty much just try to ape her, and I never can, because she's like this 5'8" glamazon, like very, very self-assured person, and I'm a little spoon dink. But yeah, these are long swords. They're a little bit too long, obviously, but I really like this. It's got a little alchemical symbol for air, which goes with the swords. If you know, you know. And I like that they're asymmetrical in that there's only one triangle. So yeah, these are cool. I love a bulbous moment. Yeah, the whole trend of like globular and bulbous and wavy things I'm very into. I want it to stay. I got these at Target. They're cheap. They're probably gonna start chipping and looking like shit, but they're just little beans. They're kind of like the Chicago bean, and I like them. I feel like they look put together, and they also look like, you know, I pay attention to stuff. I know what's going on, or at least I know what was going on like a couple years ago that's now trickled down to Target. Whatever. Close enough. I live in a small town. It doesn't matter. These are some of my favorites. They're just little thick hoops. I think these are also from Target and are also probably not going to age well, but they've been okay for a few years, and I just think they're the tits. And I feel really cute in them. They've got a good motion. I prefer a full closed hoop, just partially because you don't have to worry about the back piece, and I also just, there's something, dare I say, sexy about the hoop penetrating the whole ear, but these are still very cute. I loved when these like thicker hoops came back around. I remember seeing like old picture of Marilyn Monroe that had, and I think she had like a stud and then it was like a drop hoop, but it was like the fat hoop, and I was like, oh gosh, I wish I could find earrings like that. And then I remember seeing a picture of Selena Gomez in like 2017 or something, like wearing like a turtleneck and a cardigan and like fat hoops, and I was like, this is my time. This is what I've been waiting for years, for all of these things to be stylish. Not because I care, not because I need someone else's imprimatur to like dress how I want, but just because, you know, when you see something become popular, then you know it's going to be like available. You're going to be able to find them. So, which is why I'm also like super excited about wide leg jeans and barrel jeans. I'm just like, oh my God, I need to like, part of me is like, I need to buy like all the big pants I can while they're still in style. But I'm also like, that's stupid because my body's going to change and they're not going to fit. Got these at Clothes Swap. I think these are very pretty and sort of immune to fashion changes. I really like this, this like link here. Yes, my nails look stupid, whatever. Yeah, I like this like variability in the weight and finish of this metal. I think that's, I don't know, it gives a little something. Yeah, I really like these. Simple but effective. Got these at Target because I just love all these little beads. Can't really focus on them. It's like little stuff encased in stuff. And red, which, you know, I like red. The red and white together, it kind of gives a little bit of candy cane, which I wasn't going for, but I'm not going to put both in because it's too hard. But yeah, these are cute. Okay, this is another sort of vulva moment for stud earrings. Got these at Motherlode in Atlanta, and they're very cute. Kind of 80s, I think. Would be good with a polished chignon, which I have never achieved. I don't think I've ever looked polished in my life. This little hair chunk is pissing me off. I'm sorry. I tried to like make my bangs all go like this. but they wouldn't. And I lost an earring back. Okay, earring back fell in the kitty litter. These are a present from my boyfriend. He picked up on my love of bulbosity. They hang really interestingly. And I like that they're all sort of a piece, you know. I would prefer if they were giant, of course, because that's what I want all earrings to be, but I still think they're quite pretty. Okay, these are a mixed metal moment. I love this like big chain link, and I love the different metals together. I'm only gonna put one on. Got these recently at Goodwill. Haven't worn them yet. I don't know, they just never quite hit right. I don't love the colors. They're like too bright or something. I don't know, but they're cool. They have a good motion to them. Maybe I'll replace this with something else. These are the same material as the Ouija board earrings. And I really like the, god damn it. I really like the black and white together. And it's kind of like etched in. Yeah, these are really pretty. I wish they were bigger, but they're cool. These are fun. Got them at a clothes swap. I really like these kind of Art Deco shapes. And the dangly chain part. I don't know, I just think the shape overall is cool. I really like the, well crap. I like the colors on them. Again, a little small and kind of get lost on me, I feel like. I don't know, I think, I feel less self-conscious in big earrings just because I have this double chin and I just feel like it slims my face a little bit or something. And also I just like big earrings. I mean, I just like being expressive in that way. I really like the teardrop shape and the kind of floating stones on these. They're a little bit crusty though. I wish I could like clean them up, but I don't know. I think they're very nice. Okay, I'm in the home stretch here. These are lovely thrifted earrings from Goodwill. They are sterling silver and abalone, and I think they're made in Mexico. Yeah, I would love to find more like real silver earrings and just things that aren't gonna, you know, tarnish it. Well, silver tarnishes, but things that aren't gonna like wear out and look shitty in a couple of years, because that's my experience with a lot of earrings. Yeah, these are just beautiful. If they were bigger, they would be like, you know, ride or die earrings, but at this size I kind of overlook them, and I don't know, which way do we like better? They're very pretty though. More cool small earrings. This little sun kill moon. Just kidding. What is going on here? Yeah, there's like this green metal piece here. I don't know. I like the layers. I like the shape. I like the little sun. It's like, hey, I love a green. I love green and metal in general. And these were a gift, and I am obsessed. Sea Rock City. If you have been in the Southeast, you know about this. It's a little attraction on Lookout Mountain in Chattanooga, or right outside Chattanooga. It's iconic. They're known for their roadside advertisements, like they would pay people to paint their barns to be like Sea Rock City. And I've actually never been to, I've been to Chattanooga and I've been to several of the attractions there, but I have never actually been to Rock City, which I need to remedy. But obviously, I mean, I love these because they're kitschy, but they're also very like, you know, historical. It's like southern history, so you gotta rep the South if you're from here. These are really pretty. They're kind of, I don't know, they give me like Indian vibes, like these little bell bead things, and this sort of opalescent stone. Yeah, I really like these. These are this gorgeous inlay, trying to focus on it. Inlay sort of clip-ons that I got at that antique mall that closed. Don't wear them a lot, but I just think they're beautiful objects, so I like having them and looking at them. These are fun. These are kind of these little interlocking braided rope guys. This is all fused together. It would be cool if these moved separately, but I mean, I don't know. I think they're cool. Again, more of my like cosplaying as like a put together lady. My goofy earring friend got me these very silly scissors. I was like, I want jacket earrings for Christmas, and they got me like, of course, the most literal sort of, you know, I would like, if I were buying some for myself, I'd buy like more, you know, abstract ones, but these are quite literal and clever, and they're very fun, and they look like, well, you know, more silly earrings I have to show you. Toilet paper earrings. I am kind of the resident like shit sensei of my friend group, so I think my friend got me these earrings as a joke, because I don't know how I gained this reputation, but I swear to God, like, people are always like texting me about their poops and like all this stuff, and like I'm like, oh, you need more fiber. You need, like, I don't know where I am not a doctor. I don't know where I gained this reputation. And then people will be like, I'm really glad, you know, you're like my only friend I can text about. I'm like, what? Why am I known for this? I guess I'm just very, I'm comfortable with the many treacheries of the human body, and I'm also kind of like interested in medical things and whatever, so yeah, so I have toilet paper earrings. Although I have to say, if you do not have a bidet, you absolutely should get one. That is, there are very few things in life that are like, this is like, get this thing, it'll change your life. I mean, you know, we all know that's bullshit. A bidet is one of the few that I think is a life-changing product. Like, I don't know why this isn't widely adopted in the West, or at least in the United States. We need to be wearing bidet. Yeah, just wear them. Just wear it hanging out of your butt all the time. No, we need to be using bidets. Yeah. I got these. Oh no, look, it's already like, the little plating is already coming off. I got these cuffs on, I think they're originally from Urban Decay, and I got them on Depop. And I really love the way they look. I don't know, I might not necessarily configure them like this. I think they're great, and I love wearing them with my gold hoops, but they're a little bit too big, and I never feel secure wearing them out of the house because they always fall off, and it really sucks, because I feel like I would wear these like every single day. But I just have like, this one especially is like jumbo, but I have really small ears and they're not adjustable, and it makes me really sad because I want to like, see, I want to wear them always. Okay, finally, last pair. These are probably my favorite earrings. Just a big ol' kind of brassy colored teardrop hoop. I don't know, I just feel very cool in these. And they're getting tarnished. I wish they were a little more shiny so they stood out, but you know, this is probably something, yeah, if I found like a good quality of this and like a real like gold or something, that would be worth investing in, because I love this style of earring, and it's like, I've owned several of these before. So I'm really sad because I don't have any good silver hoops right now. I had two pairs that I absolutely loved and lost both of them. So I feel like I have bad luck with silver hoops. But I like them when they're like, they kind of, the thing I liked about both of these two is they like had a little variation in width. Like they start off slender and then get a little bit wider at the nadir, and just really pretty. And one of them was like a heavier, smaller hoop, and it just had this beautiful movement to it. And I lost them walking home intoxicated from the bar one night. And then the other pair was a little more, it was a bigger circumference, but a little bit thinner, and kind of like a hammered metal. And I don't know what happened to those. So yeah, that sucks. So I need some good silver hoops. I have other earrings, but I feel like I showed the most interesting ones, and I'm getting very sweaty and hungry, so I'm gonna say goodbye, but I hope you enjoyed looking at my treasures. Bye.